All right, Math 2, we're looking at some word problems to kind of utilize our maximum and minimum from our quadratics. This could be an example of something you might see. Read over the problem. A souvenir shop sells 200 mugs each month for $6 each. The shop owner estimates that if he increases the price 50 cents increase in price, he will sell 10 fewer mugs. So our job is to find out how much he should charge to maximize the profit. That's what we're looking to do. Okay? Now, this is not obviously quadratic. So I want to show you why it's quadratic and look at a couple things. First off, we could totally problem solve our way through this just by making a table. So I'm going to start off just by making a table and just kind of working through it. I understand the way he makes money. Okay? I know that he makes money by taking the mug and multiplying it by the customers, right? So I get how he makes money. So I'm just going to, obviously right now, he is selling, the mug price is $6, and he's got 200 customers. So clearly right now he's making, what is that, $1,200? Okay, so that's kind of what it did. Now I can do this whole thing and just kind of reason through it. If he goes up to $6.50, then his customers go down by 10. That's what it says. If he goes up 50 cents increase, his customers will go down by 10. So that's only going to be $1.90. And I can just do that math. I find out that, look, hey, he made more money. Even though his price went up, he made more money. And I can just keep doing this until I figure it out. And that is certainly one way to do this problem. And I wouldn't blame you a bit if that's the way you wanted to do it. Now, I do want to show you why it's quadratic, though. Okay? I've already noticed right here that even though it is going up, even though this is going up 50 cents, 50 cents, 50 cents, this is not going up by the same amount. At first it jumped up $35, but then it only jumped up $25, and now it only jumped up $15. So the amount of money he's making is getting less and less and less. It's kind of doing this. It's kind of getting more money, a little bit less, a little bit less, a little bit less. And I'm expecting it to reach a peak. And that's why it's quadratic, because it will reach a peak and then come back down. Now, I want to write an equation. I could definitely do this, and I could definitely figure it out. I want to write an equation instead to kind of understand. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about I'm going to use the same format I did before, that I know that the money he makes is based off of the mug price times the customer. But this time I'm going to use a little bit of algebra involved with it. Okay? His profit is going to be the mug price, which is currently $6, but he's going to go up by 50 cents at a time. So every time he goes up 50 cents, what happens to his customers? They go down. So they started off at 200, but now they're going to go down by 10 every single time. So this X here is telling me how many price increases there are. If there's one price increase, then this goes up 50, but this customers will go down. If there's two price increases, this will go up $1, but this will go down 20. Well, it's a binomial. It's quadratic. Okay? If you want to, you can FOIL, but you don't have to. All right? If I FOIL this out, I get the 1200 minus 60x. This will be plus 100x, and then minus 5x squared. There's the quadratic. That's where it's super obvious this is quadratic. Of course, if you put your like terms together, that does give you 40x here minus 5x squared. Now remember, we've been doing these in multiple ways. We've already practiced how to do this with a calculator and without a calculator. But now that I clearly have a quadratic equation, I think I'm just going to use my calculator. So you guys take a minute to put this in your calculator. Okay, once you got it in your calculator, you can graph it. I'm going to find that maximum point there. So that ends up being the point 41280, and I have to interpret that now because that actually does give me my answer. What this is trying to tell me is that, and I'm going to write this down, after 4 price increases, my maximum profit is $12.80. Now that more or less answers my question. Okay, how much should the owner charge to maximize his profit? Well, he needs to go up 4 price increases. So if he goes up 4 times 50 cents, 4 times 50 cents is $2. So he needs to do 6 plus 2. He needs to charge $8. And how much can he expect on his maximum? Well, I already gave us that. So the maximum monthly income will be $12.80. Guys, what I want you to do is the rest of that, the notes down here, is just check out those other, I think it ends up being 6, those other 6 problems. Give me your best effort on these. I do want to see the equation that you wrote, so it doesn't matter if you leave it in factored form or if you go ahead and FOIL it out and put it in standard or quadratic form, that'd be fine as well. But let me see which equation you wrote, and then of course interpret the maximum and minimum answer.